Alright, so I'm going to continue from the last video where I left off in explaining illumination or illuminism, which is the dialectical, rational, and logical religion of the Illuminati, of the enlightened ones. And in these books that I'm reading, they explain that their religion, illumination, which I am currently on the path of. And the main tenet of illumination is that it's for any soul to become God. And the Illuminati can prove that, and do prove that in their work, which is the greatest compendium of knowledge I have ever seen. And it is truly the most magnificent project that I've ever come across, because I've never come across 36 different authors that are gathered underneath the same organization writing about the same thing, you know, and they're a secret society that are coming together for the Illumination Project, which once the society finds out that this is the Illuminati, things are going to change. And that's definitely what I am a part of bringing, is because even today I actually wrote for the Illuminati. You know, every week they have writings on the different subjects: Armageddon Conspiracy, Psychometria, Hollywood Patient Zero, and Ontological Mathematics. And I'm actually writing in the Armageddon Conspiracy. And the whole thing I actually wrote about was the hero's journey and the journey of Messiah. And then, you know, outlining my life and actually how it showed parallels with Polytrades in Dune. And that's what I wrote about. And then the Illuminati responded back from what I wrote about. And that can all be seen on the Armageddon Conspiracy. So, the soul, if it is to be at all meaningful in this scientific age, must be capable of a scientific and hence mathematical description. From the outset, Pythagoras treated the soul scientifically and mathematically. Any religion that fails to do so is no religion at all, but mere moonshine for simpletons. And you know, they're talking about the other religions, Abrahamism, you know, the Eastern religions, but that you know have parallels with Illuminism, but aren't the full truth. And being able to explain the soul mathematically and scientifically is what the Illuminati do. And the books, the old dusty holy books and the bearded prophets just have parables and scriptures to be able to explain things which aren't the full explanation of things. So this is not to say that the soul can be fully described and defined mathematically. Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata may be analyzed mathematically, divided up into waveforms, amplitude, sine waves, frequencies, wavelengths, etc. We can thus provide an exact mathematical analysis of the music, sufficient to allow us to copy it onto millions of plastic discs and transport it around the world, where it will be reproduced exactly each time it is played. But how can mathematics define how the music makes us feel? The external mathematical definition of the soul does not and never can express what it's like to be a soul, how it feels, how it's experienced, what the inner nature of the soul is, the moral content. Mysticism, esotericism, intuition, insight, the inner eye, and above all, Gnosticism can all help here. Even so, just as there would be no Moonlight Sonata without mathematics, nor could the soul exist without mathematics. So that's just going into, you know, the nature of the soul and it being able to be mathematical, and how mathematics actually can explain how you feel, like how the soul feels. That's and saying that, you know, mysticism, esotericism, into, you know, the inside, you know, there's esoteric and exoteric, and that's inside and outside reality, which actually I'm reading a book right now by the Illuminati called Inside and Outside Reality, and how it's more important to define your life by the inside, because it is what makes the outside. The outside can't make the inside. It's the inside that makes the outside, unless you let the outside make the inside, which is not what a creator does, which is what we are. The mathematical and scientific nature of the soul must be addressed by any credible religion. Any religion that cannot do so must be rejected as false. In fact, Einstein's special theory of relativity, Minkowski's 4D spacetime, and quantum mechanics provide the ideal modern framework in which to define the soul, as demonstrated by other books in this series. And at the heart of all these stands none other than Pythagoras' theorem, known to every school child. You will not find any religion other than illumination that can describe the science and mathematics of the soul. All other religions are fake and phony, particularly the ludicrous Abrahamic faith, which directly contradicts science and hence are simply unbelievable. These infantile religions must be consigned to the oblivion they deserve. And, you know, the Illuminati are straight up, though, because they are not the all, you know, there are many paths to one truth, you know, acceptance, you know, because that's part of the Enlightenment is, you know, part of it is like, oh, all paths lead to, you know, one truth. That's actually not right either. Like, once you study the religions, and the Illuminati have gone very deeply into each one of them. All the Abrahamic religions, the Eastern religions, every religion they have given a detailed synopsis of and researching of in their books. They've done all the research of all the religions already, and they write very in-depth descriptions of them, and then they write in-depth description of illumination, which is the answer to all the questions, like, and with no doubt at all. Like, they are so sure about what they're writing because they have the answers. And, you know, that's what I'm saying, is because if you're going to be in the Illuminati, if you're going to be an enlightened one, you can't go with the all, you know, everybody can just, you know, believe what they want and all paths. It is true that all paths lead to one God. You know, that's the pyramid. But there's only one true God, and there's only actually one true way, and that is mathematical. It's mathematics explains everything, and specifically ontological mathematics. And the Illuminati explain this in their religion of illumination. Plato's famous academy and Aristotle's Lyceum, the templates for modern universities, were based on Pythagoras' Illuminati school of mathematics, science, philosophy, religion, and esoteric knowledge at Croton in Italy. Thus, in a sense, the whole education system enjoyed by the world today is in debt to the Illuminati. Yet if humanity is to fulfill its divine potential, the education system needs to be vastly more like Pythagoras' original mystery school, and much less like the modern sausage factories of today's mass-produced education for producing legions of capitalist worker droids. So, right there is explaining that, you know, the universities of today are based on the Illuminati school of mathematics. And, you know, that was Plato's famous academy and Aristotle's Lyceum, were all templates for modern universities, which were based on the Illuminati school. So right there you can see the connection between places of learning, universities, and the Illuminati. And you know, it says the education system today is not the way it used to be. It just is made for pumping out worker droids instead of like free thinkers and educated individuals on the arts and sciences, to actually make discoveries instead of just knowing what you need to know to for someone to control you. So, you know, that section is all about the first philosopher, about Pythagoras, about what he knew about mathematics and how that system is based illumination is based on mathematics, and that is why they've been able to explain the theory of everything, the grand unified theory of everything. You know, why they can explain the purpose of existence, the nature of reality, through using quantum mechanics and you know, Euler's formula, which is the God equation. Like the Illuminati are the holders of the Grail. So that is even why all this information. And I've only got into the first, you know, 27 pages of the first book, and there's 273 books. So there's a lot to go through, but it's like I already know that this actual knowledge is going to be what's taught in the future. The Illuminati have even acknowledged that, because people are going to want to know what's been hidden, and this is what has been hidden. And then the Illuminati have obviously come out of the darkness, you know, into the light, and they are the shadows that serve the light. You know, just like the assassins and Assassin's Creed. You know, what the assassins are doing in Assassin's Creed are exactly what the Illuminati are doing, fighting against the old world order that oppresses and enslaves humanity. There is actually an organization, ancient organization, that has always been gathered, that has fought against the enslavers of the world, and that's what's really going on. And that's why in Assassin's Creed, Pythagoras is in Assassin's Creed. The whole lineage, the whole truth, everything is in Assassin's Creed. And that's why I have so much connection with that, because I am living that life right now. And I have lived that life before, and I'm going to live that life in the future, because I'm always going to be fighting against the elite, fighting against the powers that be. You know, the hierarchy that enslaves us, the elite dynastic families, the rich ones of the world that are banded together for their profit and our extreme detriment, the people. And obviously I'm remembering, you know, this business being in my lineage, which is you know, also highlighted in Assassin's Creed, where, you know, he's in modern day, but the modern day has technology to be able to access his memories and, you know, link his DNA to the memories of his ancestors, which is exactly what's happening to me right now. Because I'm remembering past lives, I'm obviously remembering knowledge that I had in past lives, and I'm remembering skills that I had in past lives. And I definitely have assassin skills. You know what I'm saying? I practice every day in the martial arts, and I'm thinking about different ways, you know what I'm saying, that I can, you know, have blades on my hand and just fucking assassinate people. You know, doing different moves, you know what I'm saying, defenses, offenses, just, evasion techniques, everything, imagining just taking people out. That's what I've been doing, so I definitely have that skill. And I'm definitely fighting for humanity right now. And if I could assassinate, these people, I am actually involved in taking these people out, being a super soldier. I'm involved in missions, like capturing Klaus Schwab, and taking these people out. I am doing that. So, and then on this level, this is what I'm doing, is presenting the Illuminati's information and who the Illuminati are, and that we are the organization that is fighting against the elite, by enlightening the masses to the truth. That is the mission. And I'm going to keep doing these. I'm going to cover every book, and I'm going to do the whole great work on this Patreon. This is me going through the great work. I've gone through the great work to get here, but I will be covering the great work in all of this, because that's what this is. So I just gotta find what page I was on here. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna cover this next section now, and then in this video. But this, if you want to know who the Illuminati are, and you want to join the effort in the movement to overthrow the enslavers of the world, the hierarchy that enslaves us, the elite dynastic families that are mind controlling the masses, to support them, to support this system, to perpetuate it, to have Groundhog Day into eternity, then the only way that we're going to change this is if people know that the Illuminati exists, and that we're fighting against we are the ones fighting against them, and we will do anything to change this world into a new world order based on meritocracy, illumination, and social and national capitalism, which I'm going to talk about all of those things, because this is an initiation into the Illuminati. And this will not only affect this life, it's going to affect your next life too. Because even in the disclosure movie Infinite, he's being reincarnated, and he meets a secret society that's doing the same thing that the Illuminati are doing, and they're fighting against other secret societies that are controlling the world. But what is the fate and future of humanity is the Illuminati being the ones that are responsible for the world's control. You know what I'm saying? And that is going to be the freest world we've ever had, and it is going to be a Star Trek civilization. And that we're supposed to be in 2032. We're supposed to fully be shifted into fifth array density in 2032, which I got confirmed by the ACIO, by Peter the Insider of the ACIO, who is the 12th Division Director of the Advanced Contact Intelligence Organization, that has access to the database of the Advanced Contact Intelligence Organization. So that is a very important source of information. Because I've in my journey, I've been led to important sources of information, the Illuminati being one of them. And I have my sources to put together the work that I'm putting together. The Illuminati Republic. Some people have suggested that Adam Weishaupt was the Illuminati's most controversial Grand Master, was inspired by the political vision set out in the Republic by Plato. In fact, almost the opposite is true insofar as Plato's political views were entirely the product of his involvement as a first-degree novice with the Illuminati. He never proceeded beyond that level because he was expelled for failing to maintain the rigorous secrecy demanded by the order. In other words, the Illuminati shaped Plato, not the other way around. Weishaupt would simply remain loyal to all the ancient political positions espoused by Pythagoras as the first Grand Master of the Illuminati. So this is important because this is clearing up how it's saying, obviously this is information you'll find online, which is not what's really true, because there's misinformation on disinformation online, and the Illuminati are clearing that up right here and saying that Adam Weishaupt was not was supposed to be inspired by Plato's vision of the Republic, but it was actually the other way around, because the Illuminati are actually the ones that inspired Plato writing the Republic, because he was actually a first-degree Illuminatist in the Illuminati. Plato was a first-degree Illuminatist in the Illuminati, and then that inspired the Republic. So that's really important to know what inspired Plato to write the Republic, and that's because he was a first-degree Illuminatist in the Illuminati. So that's where he got the ideas, and then Weishaupt was inspired by the Republic, and so Weishaupt was a Grand Master of the Illuminati too. So we can see where his inspiration to have a new world order, which is a new government, a new system, of the world, which is what this world needs the most, and that's what he wanted, and that's what we need. And then he obviously that was turned against him because the way they're able to do that with information, because people think that Adam Weishaupt is a bad person that wanted to overthrow government and tyranny and religions, and somehow they're able to make that seem bad because Abrahamism is a main factor. So to Abrahamists, that would be bad if the current world order got replaced. That would be a bad thing. So even though it's enslavement. So somehow they've been able to mind control people into thinking something new is bad. Given that the Republic reflects the Illuminati's political thinking, then Plato's great work is certainly the place to go if you wish to understand the politics of the Illuminati from the earliest times. Plato's other political work, the Laws, is equally valuable. The internal workings and organization of the Illuminati can be discerned from a close reading of these works. So this is, saying that the Republic, which is a work written by Plato, which is a setup for a definitely a government that we should have gotten into, but it got corrupted. But that is the foundation of how our government should be, and that is Illuminati inspired. So they know definitely how to run things, but they're not running things now because the old world order is running things, and we're supporting them. So we need something new, and we need to not support and perpetuate the government that's enslaving us, which consciousness has woke up enough, and we are going to this is our future, is we're going to rise up and demand something different, and that's when the enlightened ones are going to come forth. And even son of the morning can be referred to that too, because it says in the Emerald Tablets of Atlantis, that when man shall harness the lightning and fly on the wings like birds, then shall time of the great warfare begin. A battle will betwixt the forces. But then shall become forth the sons of the morning, giving their edict to the children of men, telling them to stop striving against thy brother. Only thus can you come to the light. And the son of the morning, the sons of the morning are the Illuminati, and we're waiting for a certain time to emerge to show people how things are supposed to be done. And that has to wait for the whole fall of the whole system to happen, which is what's happening right now. Since 2000, I mean, it's been happening for a long time, but 2012 is a prime place to look for the Demiurge's fall, because humanity isn't in full control of the Demiurge anymore. The Illuminati, from its inception, was a meritocracy. Members advanced through the organization on merit alone. The Grand Master was the most meritorious of all, elected by a majority vote of his peers within the organization. Meritocracy uses the democratic device of a vote to avoid selecting by lot or by allowing those already in power to appoint someone. However, only those suitable qualified are allowed to vote. The modern notion of giving everyone a vote or managing the stupendous feat of staying alive for 18 years, regardless of any expertise that they may or may not have acquired, is ridiculous and a guarantee of bad government. So the Illuminati clear that up there about meritocracy and how it's, made so people that only have the merit to vote actually get to vote for people to be in positions of leadership, instead of just letting everybody vote 18. Even if you don't know shit about anything, you're still able to vote, and that's leads to bad government, and that's why we're having government happen right now. And a meritocracy is the answer for a democracy, a corrupt democracy that's happening. So the Illuminati are laying out how that's ran, and in meritocracy, only people that have the merit are allowed to vote in each place, rather than people being put in positions because they have power that had been passed on, which is what is happening now. In ancient Greece, meritocracy was known as aristocracy, ruled by the best, i.e. the most talented. Historically, the rich hijacked the word aristocracy, since they believed that to be richest was to be the best. In fact, ruled by the rich is rightly known as plutocracy, but the rich never like to view themselves as merely wealthy, so choose not to use that label. They wanted wealth to reflect superior moral and intellectual qualities. The same attitude persists to this day amongst capitalists and libertarians. Wealth equals superior moral worth in their materialistic equation. Poor people are evil because they are poor. QED. Karmic thinking makes similar claims. So that's saying that in ancient Greece, meritocracy was known as aristocracy, ruled by the best. But then that term was hijacked by the rich to explain themselves, which they're not actually the best. They're the worst, but they think they're the best because they're the rich ones. but that's actually a plutocracy, which is what we are underneath today. It's a plutocracy. It's not a democracy, it's a plutocracy. And democracy is a disguised plutocracy, and so is a monarchy. A monarchy is just straight up a royal family ruling everybody, which is crazy. And democracy just got corrupt and is a plutocracy now. So the antidote is meritocracy on all levels for every form of government, and that can be implemented through 100% inheritance tax too, which is the silver bullet for the elite and for all the rich people. 100% inheritance tax, because it keeps them from passing down their power to their family members, and then them inheriting it and them not being in the best position to inherit power, because it goes back to the Commonwealth into the meritocracy, and then people in the meritocracy aren't corrupt because they were meritocratically placed there, and then they're able to disperse the funds and stuff the best way. So that's how a meritocracy is ran. To the Illuminati and to Plato, aristocrats were indeed those with superior intellectual and moral qualities, but one quality they certainly did not possess was wealth. The Illuminati lived as an extremely tightly bound community with no private wealth, and they have been described as proto-communists. No one owned any property. All property was held in common. Everyone lived in common housing and shared common meals. Each degree of the Illuminati had various housekeeping tasks to perform to maintain the community, and the tasks were shared out equally. There was no favoritism or privilege. So the Illuminati are explaining how they operated, in their communities. They were called proto-communists, but they obviously operated. No one owned private property. Everyone lived in common housing and shared common meals. And which provided a sense of a community, and that was there was no favoritism or privilege. And this way they actually called the phalanics, the Illuminati phalanics. And actually in the past, this is the way it was that they ran things, and the future that this is the way it's going to be for a new world order, is because the family versus community is what's at debate here. And the community is more important than family, because the family actually has the elite have used the family to be able to make people think that the family is more important, so they support the elite who are all about the family, but it's their family and fuck everyone else. So we're not getting anything from that. We need to come together as a community, and that does involve stepping outside of the family unit, which is not what we've been into, but what we're going to evolve into is back into a community. The Illuminati strove to bring about an enlightened society founded on justice, freedom, community, talent, universal well-being of people, and the maximization of everyone's potential, led by the people who had demonstrated the highest merit, as acknowledged by their peers. In Plato's Republic, the state is run by an educated class known as the guardians, who are the most meritorious. From their number, a philosopher king is chosen to serve as the ruler of the state. This individual was the equivalent of the Illuminati's Grand Master. In modern terms, it would be the president, prime minister, or chancellor. So here they're explaining, the way that they had people like the guardians, and this is explained in the Republic, that these people are like wise people in positions of power, that are looking out for, everyone's best interest instead of the rich. So this is what needs to replace what's going on, and what is going to inevitably replace it. And then we're going to naturally shift into a meritocracy, because they can't keep this going on forever. They can't hold back our inheritance forever. Capitalists and libertarians have always despised Plato, and by extension Pythagoras, describing him as a communist or fascist. Depending on taste and mood, they loathe the way that Plato condemns wealth and supports a form of government that seeks to perfect humanity rather than leaving it to go shopping. Nothing could be more soul-destroying than the philosophy of capitalists and libertarians, the ideology of unrestrained greed, unchecked by government. In fact, for capitalists and libertarians, government should not exist at all, making them nothing but anarchists. These people constitute an astounding threat to humanity's future. The contemporary critical thinking of the Illuminati is a dialectical evolution of Pythagoras' original utopian state. The dialectic itself now takes center stage. Every process in a state should reflect dialectical principles. Every aspect of society should be evolving towards perfection. The wisdom, creativity, and aspirations of the people. Crowdsourcing should be invoked as much as possible. So, this, you can't refute what the Illuminati are saying. They're just saying that, it needs to be evolved, and that's through the dialectic, and every aspect of society should be evolving towards perfection, which is what the government should be doing, which it's not, which the meritocracy fixes. So the meritocracy party is going to come about in the future, and I'm a meritocrat. So I'm not a Republican, I'm not a Democrat, I'm a meritocrat, and that's what we need in order for humanity to be saved and for the government to be changed. And so the Illuminati are going to be responsible for a whole new political party. The idea of elites, divorced from the needs and wants of the people and acting in their own interests, is anathema. Crowdsourcing and meritocracy, working in a continual feedback loop, can provide the engine to take humanity to the next stage of its evolution. The people should be working in partnership with the government. They should not be passive recipients of diktats from on high, from a remote government of the privileged elite. Citizens must be active in molding of the state, contributing at every level. Government and the people should be hardwired together. There should be no possibility of government not representing the people's interests. Any government that is not deemed by the people to be representing the general will of the people is a tyranny, reflecting only the particular wills of the ruling elite. In the past, the elite burned witches, innocent women who dared to think for themselves. Now it's time that the elite's mansions and fortresses were burned to the ground. So this is saying it's time for the richest shit to get burned down and them to fucking just fall and be taken down. And the people have the power to do that. And it's time to wake up to that and actually band together and do that, because the elite will keep ruling us until we take a stance against them and demand something, and not demand something, but instill something different, which the Illuminati know the answer to. They know, like, people are like, how do we do this? How do we defeat the elite? How do we defeat, the rich people? How do we change things? The Illuminati know. And they are getting it out in all these books, and thank God that they're around, and they've been not disbanded since 561 BC. Like they've remained, untainted till that time, and still exist to this day, and are still fighting for the freedom of the world. So that's the Illuminati Republic. And I'm gonna end this video right here. And the next chapter is called The Tribunes of the People, which goes into the Gracchus brothers in Rome, and them being Illuminati, and obviously opposing the old world order in Rome. And they go through the Roman connection, because we went through Greece, now we're going through the Roman connection, because just like Assassin's Creed, it's all connected. The Illuminati maintain the connection through the ages, and I'm showing that with what I'm reading right now, and I'm revealing people in the past that have been in the Illuminati and what they have been about and stood for, which is not understood by pretty much everybody that's not in the Illuminati. So that's what my mission is to clear that up, because until it's cleared up, people won't know the proper history of the world, which history has been a lie, and the Illuminati definitely know the proper history. So that's what I'm doing, is getting that out. So I hope that this video, like, you know, is enlightening, you know, to people that are searching for truth. And that it is priceless. This is priceless information, and that's why this work, I'm not, you know, getting paid anything for it. I'm just doing it because it's my destiny. It's my fate to be an enlightened one, and then to explain the world and actually fight the old world order and instill a new world order that is for the freedom and maximum actualization and potential of humanity, which is a Star Trek civilization. So my soul's gonna keep incarnating until I do this, and I'm hoping that we can do it in this life, because if I don't do it in this one, I'm coming back again with the same knowledge and the same skills, and in the next life I'm gonna still be doing this, and actually know that it does end up in there being a Star Trek civilization. No matter how many lives it takes. So that's it for now, and until next time.